Hey everyone, so welcome to part 4 of the Crochet Pig video, and what you need for this is just the pink yarn, black yarn, and then to sew things together you need the crochet needle. You just need a needle in general, and then I believe that is it, and then the eyes of course. So let's get to it. So I've been trying to film the nose portion of this video for the longest. It's been like an hour, but I'm gonna try it one more time. And what we need to do is start off with a slip knot. So you want to take your yarn, wrap it over your fingers. You have this X here. You want to take this excess yarn, pull it through the loop just like that. And then you can pull this to tighten it. And that is your slip knot. And then we want to chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now I like to stretch my yarn a little bit just to make it straight. And we want to single crochet into the second chain from the hook. So not this one right here. It's going to be this. So I'm going to do a single crochet. And now we want to do a single crochet into the next 3 chains. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now we want to do 3 single crochets into the next chain, which is also the last one in this row. So 3 single crochets into this chain. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, next we want to single crochet into the next 3 chains. So when you work into the next side, you don't want to go into this first loop right here, this first big circle. You want to go into the second one. Sorry, let me fix that. Okay, so again, 1, 2, and 3. So that was a single crochet into the next 3 chains, and then we want to do 2 single crochets into the last chain, which is this right here. So 1 and 2. And then we want to slip stitch to the first stitch, which is, this is my first stitch right here, and I will insert my hook, pull the yarn through both loops just like that. And you should have a total of 12 stitches for round 1. Okay, so now for round 2, we want to start off by chaining 1. And then it says to increase into that same stitch where you chained that 1. So you see this right here, I'm going to increase into that. So 1, 2. And then I'm going to single crochet into the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we want to increase into the next stitch. So 1, 2. And then we're going to do another increase into the next stitch after that. And now we want to single crochet into the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so next we want to increase into the next stitch. 1 and 2. So where we have our stitch marker, we're just going to take it out and we're going to do a slip stitch. So just like that. and you should have a total of 16 stitches in round 2. Okay, so I actually have 18 stitches in round 2, but the pattern says you should have 16, and you know what, I'm not gonna follow like the exact numbers because I just can't get it right. But for round 3, if you still want to follow me here, it still will look okay. So you want to chain 1 for round 3, and then we're going to single crochet, and where I'm going to single crochet is not this stitch right here, but the one after it. So we want to do 1 single crochet. And then we are going to increase into the next stitch. And now we want to single crochet into the next 4 stitches. And then increase into the next stitch. And now we want to single crochet into the next 2 stitches. And then you want to increase. Next, we're going to single crochet into the next 4 stitches. And then we want to increase. Next, we're going to just single crochet into that last stitch right there. And then we want to take out our stitch marker and do a slip stitch. So just insert my hook through this and then pull it through just like that. So that is round 3. So for round 3, I ended up with 22 stitches in total, and I don't know why like I'm getting different numbers for the ending part of it, but if you do want to follow me, this still looks, you know, like the nose of a pig. I'm not getting her pattern right, and I don't know where I'm going wrong. So again, you don't have to follow me here, but at the same time, it doesn't look too bad. So you can stop at round 3 or do another round to go to round 4 if you want to make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so if you're deciding to make your nose a little bit bigger, what we're going to do is chain 1, and we're going to single crochet into the second stitch. So skip that first one and then go into the next stitch and do 1 single crochet. And then we want to do another single crochet into the next stitch. And now we will do an increase. Okay, next we're going to single crochet into the next 4 stitches. Two, 3, and 4. Now we want to do an increase. So increase into the next stitch. And then you want to single crochet into the next 4 stitches. Three and 4. Next, you want to increase. And now you want to single crochet into the next 4 stitches. And then you want to increase. And now we will single crochet into the next 2 stitches. And then next I will remove my stitch marker and do the joining. the slip stitch, just like that. Okay, so and that is the nose. So what I'm gonna do is cut off some yarn, and remember to leave extra yarn so you can sew around the nose. And then you just want to pull it through like this. So I'm going to quickly count how many stitches I have around, because again, it doesn't total up to the same one that she has. Okay, so I have 26 stitches in total for round 4. Again, it's not the same as the pattern, but it will do. So if you do know how to do it, you can leave me a comment down below to let me know what I'm doing wrong. But this is what I'm showing you. You don't have to follow that. You can always, when I first did this pattern, I didn't know how to do the nose at all, so I just sewed on a button like I mentioned prior. But again, I'm still learning, and this is hard. But you need some black yarn now, and what you're going to do is just like sew it into the nose. It's going to create the 2 lines, and then just pull it through, and it's going to look like that. And then you want to do another one to this side, and what you can do is just tie it at the back right here. But I will come back to show you what it looks like when I have both of it on. Okay, so here's how the nose looks once I have 2 of the yarn pieces on, and I just cut off the excess yarn. And then what you're going to do now is just gather all your pieces and put everything together. So I will show you some tips, but I don't want to confuse anybody really, because I'm not even good at sewing, as you can tell what just happened. But yeah, I'll just be back in another clip to give you some tips on how I personally sew these together. Okay, so first off, she does recommend to sew on the head and the body first, so it would look like this, but I don't like that at all, because I've made this about like 3 times, and it's just easier for me to start off with the nose. And also she does recommend placements of where to put everything, but you know, I honestly think everybody crochets different, so it doesn't turn out the same. So what I would do is just figure out where you want to put something, right? And then I don't have any pins, and I don't want to use the stitch marker right now because it's just a little bit too small. But what I do is take like anything from your sewing kit, and you just stick it in just like this. So it's basically a pin, except I don't have pins. So and then you want to sew around it just like that. But I won't show you my sewing because I will just confuse you. And then same thing for the ears. You want to put the nose on first, only because okay, well actually it's just preference, but after that, you know, you can start to put the ears. Look, it's coming together. And then you want to put the eyes. I usually never put the eyes first because it just turns out a little bit weird for me. Also, what I was thinking about with the pattern is when she puts the eyes last, I was wondering how she puts the closure on for the eyes. So that's also why I don't sew the head to the body first. But those are my little tips, and I will be back once everything is sewed together. Here is the final look of the Crochet Piggy. I did put a little choker on her because I didn't like how I sewed the neck. But this is how she looks. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I know it was a long one, but it's a cute little outcome. So thank you for watching. I actually just wanted to show you one more little piggy because I like the neck on this one much better. But yes, now I have 2. So anyways, I'll see you in the next video.